Iran, the ancient land of Persia, one of the most formidable and powerful countries in the Middle East, and one of the most strictly Muslim countries in the entire world, has been the subject of great controversy in recent years, and has been the home to many powerful and amazing empires like the Parthians, the Sassanids, and one you may not have heard of, the Safavids. Between 1501 and 1736, Iran, the Transcaucasus region, and large parts of Central and Western Asia were dominated by these people. The Safavids were relative newcomers in the story of Islamic control. Since the 7th century, Islam had been dominant in the region. Eventually, the Mongols had conquered it in 1258, establishing the Ilkhanate that would last until the 1330s. In 1370, Tamerlane, who created the Timurid Empire centered in Afghanistan, conquered Persia and established a huge empire. Tamerlane's expansive empire would control much of Iran, Iraq, the Transcaucasus region of Georgia, Azerbaijan, and Armenia, as well as huge sections of Afghanistan and Pakistan. And throughout the 15th century, they were the most powerful country in the area, even defeating the Ottomans on many occasions. However, as centralized authority started to break down, there came the need for another strong man to become the Shah, the ultimate ruler of the Persian people. This was Ismail I, who defeated rival tribes and broken down principalities to unite the Persian people under his banner, establishing his dynasty as the dynasty, the Safavids, in 1501. He also established 12 Shia Islam, the most popular form of Shia Islam, as the dominant religion in Iran, as it stands to this day. Believing that the 12th descendant of Muhammad was the proper ruler of the Muslim people and that he had disappeared and re-emerged as Ismail, Iran has become the bastion of Shia Islam in the entire world because of the actions of Ismail. However, throughout much of his reign for the next 23 years, he would fight tirelessly and ruthlessly to prove his control and his power. The Safavids would last as the dominant power in this region for the next 2 centuries. They did not only rely on their military prowess to make them powerful. A hub along the mighty Silk Road which connected both the East and the West, they became experts in trade of silks and spices and good materials. Luxury goods flowed through the empire, and they became extraordinarily wealthy. They were pitted between 2 rivals, the Mughal and the Ottoman, and although they were all Muslim, the intramural battle between the Safavids and their Sunni neighbors to the west and the east would engulf the Middle East and the southern part of Asia in fighting for the next 2 centuries. However, great rulers continued to expand the court, power, prestige, wealth, and military strength of the Safavids, Abbas I and Husayn, as well as many others. And all the time they remained a distinguished and powerful empire. Along with the Ottomans, who predated them, and the Mughal, who came shortly after them, they are one of the 3 gunpowder empires. Empires in the Middle East that used advanced weaponry, such as cannon fire and gunpowder and guns, to win their wars. Their prestigious use of this would put them ahead of their European counterparts in terms of might and power. However, infighting amongst the Safavids and continual battles, especially with the Ottomans, would continue to deteriorate their power base despite the prowess of their military fighters and their great rulers. Overextension of land and resources, corruption and greed, usual things that bring an empire down, would contribute mightily. Yet the continual sandwich position between 2 rival enemies in the intramural argument that was settled through firepower amongst the Muslims would bring the Safavids crumbling. Yet it is incredible that they lasted for so long and were so powerful, mighty, and wealthy, despite their continual contestations with their Muslim neighbors. However, history is undefeated, and history says that all empires fall, and Nader Shah made sure that this would happen when he destroyed the Safavids in 1736, bringing them to their knees and becoming the Shah, the ruler of the Persian people. The great empire of the Persians had fallen, yet another one that had controlled huge amounts of Central Asia, the Middle East, and other regions. They had stretched from Iraq and Syria in the west all the way down to Pakistan in the southeast. They had gone as far north as Georgia and as far south as Arabia, and now they were gone. Their control and power and influence would continue to impact Iran, contributing to its independence and its independent thinking compared to the other Muslim states around it. And the Shia legacy that they established continues to distinguish Iran from the rest of the Arab world to this day. Well, that was the Safavid Empire. I hope you enjoyed learning about it and learned something new. It's always amazing to learn about all these empires stretched out over world history that you've never heard of before, and maybe the Safavids were one of those. I mean, you've got the Ottomans, who a lot of people have heard of because they destroyed the Byzantines, but in the West, we don't know enough about non-Western history, and that includes the Middle East. And if you've ever wondered why Iran has been Shia Muslim, well, now you know. It's because of the Safavids. And maybe people know about the Mughal Empire. You certainly know about the Taj Mahal, but a lot of people don't know about Ismail I and how he united all of the different Persian peoples to fight against Sunni Muslims. So hopefully you learned something, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon where you can get exclusive content, and my Substack where you can read my articles. And I hope you have a really wonderful day, and give any feedback in the comments that you would like. And remember, take care now and love history. Goodbye now, and I'll see you next time.